Can you guys hear me now? All right, no sound. Yeah, it seems like I don't know. Maybe the mic shit the bed. Who knows? Maria Jackson, thank you for the 5x5. Flown Grown, Sarita, Mr. Landfill, Adriana, thank you for 5x5. Base, Salty Dog, thank you for the 5x5. Vegan, yeah, obviously I was running late. The Watchman, Kathy, Kimberly, Dobie, Renee, Toto, thank you for 5x5. Trapper Bob, Ozark, Prepper, Scott, thank you for the 5x5. Evolving Media, Mitch, Jeep Dog, Dan, Patty, Joseph Torres, thank you for the 5x5. Tom, Zolecki, whatever. Thank you for the 5x5. Thank you for the 5x5. Oh, yeah. Guess you guys can see that. All American Prepper, thank you for the 5x5. Highlander, Off Grid, Salty Dog, Dana, thank you for the 5x5. Colt Comet, thank you for the 5x5. Lord Dog, Buffalo, Dan Phillips again, thank you for the 5x5. That hat is not green, it's gray. Trail Name, thank you for the 5x5. Miguel, Carly, Lord Dog, thank you for the 5x5. Supernova, thank you for the 5x5. No, I thought that I could squeeze a workout in, and halfway through the workout, I was like, "Motherfucker, it was tougher than I thought," and I set it up. So, yeah, when I got halfway through it, I was like, "This is tougher than I got." And plus, to be fair, I was using a heavier kettlebell weight than I normally use. But yeah, man, looks blue. Yeah, it looks blue, but it's gray. And I put this hat on because I'm still sweating, so I need some kind of aeration going on. And this is an aerated hat, so it's pretty good in that manner. But yeah. Anyway, this is just it was just bad timing. Today, all day today was just a mixture of shit, and I don't know. I guess I got up late, which I normally don't do, and everything was behind. So, not normally. I would say the last 2 weeks, man, I've been just not getting up and laying in bed longer than I should. But Dan Phillips, 53-pound kettlebell, not that heavy, but when I got to like my fifth cycle, I was like, holy shit. Because I was trying to move with speed. Speed is not your friend when you're in old age. I'll take it off later. I'll take the it's not a tag, it's a sticker. 1. 2, I'll take it off later. 3, we're going to talk about how bad will 2026 get. There's a lot of predictions as to what might happen next year. You got preppers talking about the event, the housing collapse, financial collapse. You have people talking about, what is that, Atlas, 3i Atlas, possibly it'll be closer to Earth. I think it'll be closer to Earth next week, and then it's supposed to make another pass by, some bullshit like that in next year, March or something. Maybe that's Jupiter, but whatever. We got to hear about that. And then just various things, like something they're starting to push a little more now. They're starting to push the flu. If you guys haven't been paying attention, at least here in New York City, they've been pushing the flu like we're going to die tomorrow. So there is that. And then we have now, as of right now, the mask mandate has just returned to New York. I don't know if that's out of cowardice, but because of the whole flu nonsense, yeah. Northern Hillbilly, nothing's going on with the CBDC. At least nothing I know of. I haven't heard anything about that being initiated here. Deal with it later, I guess. Yeah, nothing here that I know of, anyway. But if you know something, yeah. Dan Phillips, that's the other thing. They are pushing for us to get the the flu on ticket. They want us to they want us to be safe, but whatever. A lot of people not buying it. Plus, there is a strain that is out there right now. Now let me pull it up. That supposedly is running amok, if you will. So 2026. Yeah, they keep telling us, they're like the flu season is going to be really bad this year, and they stated it's going to skyrocket, which it has, and it's something called a subclat K. So that's the new one that's circulating, and that scientists are experts are worried about. Um, and when they tell us, oh, this new one that's out is not in the arm tickets that's currently circulating for people to take, but they want you to take it anyway. I'm like, wait, what? You just told us that this subclade K is not in the arm ticket, but you want us to take it anyway. Makes no sense. The stupidity level is at an all-time high. Yeah, I'm not. Well, whatever. Outside. Outside of the work, everything's all right. It is what it is. Miguel. So I was gonna touch on that in a little bit, but let me get through this nonsense. But sorry, I had a whole agenda today, and that went right out the window. So again, right, there are 9 arm tickets that are currently circulating for the flu, and none of the 9 have the new arm ticket. Sorry, that has the new version of the flu that's currently circulating, getting a lot of people sick. So we have um, news outlets that keep telling people that this 2026, or rather the subclade K that's currently circulating, is going to get a lot of people sick. And they have saw a bump last month, and they're starting to see more people visit the hospital. Now, they didn't say hospitalization, though. I am wondering if the term hospitalization means you just visiting, because the nerds are sitting back there going, well, technically, they went to the hospital, so it's sort of a hospitalization, and that's why they changed the terminology around. I think for the Mr. 19 event, when they were using the term hospitalization, I think that meant anybody who visits the hospital. Right? Hospitalization, as I understand it, is when you spend a night or two. Now, there are people who were in the waiting room, to be fair, who were sick during the Mr. 19 event, who were in the hospital overnight. So I'm wondering if they counted that as hospitalization. And that's why the hospitalization numbers went up. But again, that's a conspiracy theory. Unless, somebody can confirm that. It's all theory. I've been searching the obituaries, looking for a apartment in the city. It's a good way of going about it. What the hell was that about? But anyway, so that's a new bullshit that they're pushing. Don't forget Putin's universal cancer arm ticket that is going to be free for everyone. CM137. I heard that Russia came out with a cancer arm ticket. I don't know, man. I'm not buying that one. I mean, the news was released, and it wasn't a fanfare release because I guess Russia found it first. If that's even true, I saw that article about a month or two ago. I saw an article about earlier this year that they were working on it, and then later this year it was developed. I'm not buying it. Oh boy, what's up with Johnny 308? Is he sick? A lot of people telling him to get better. Well, All American Preppers, I come to Florida. I don't listen. I don't want to live in Florida. All American Prepper, I would visit. Yeah, but not. Oh, sorry about that, Johnny 308. He has the flu. Ugh, that sucks. I've knocking on knocking on wood. I haven't had the flu ever, and being that I'm around people all the time, I haven't had the flu, so I've been lucky. But I hear that it's terrible. So I hear that it's very terrible. Anyway, sorry. So there's that, right? You got the flu season spiking. I'm pretty sure Johnny 308 probably has the bad one, the subclade. So they're again, it's going around. Welcome to Missouri. Vegan MAGA. They could stop cancer tomorrow. You are right. Cancer is stopped, guys, by a lot of stuff. Or at the very least, you minimize your chances of getting it if you do the right thing, right? And that's eating healthier, not eating the shit that they're serving us. I changed my diet a lot, right? And I started cooking everything. Even if I order out, I order from places that are not gonna that usually make their food from scratch. Not Chinese delivery. What's that place? There's a Chinese Spanish infusion spot over there. It's like what is that called? Chicken and broccoli, white rice, right? I'm making a meal after my live stream tonight. I got to finish cooking some chicken so I can start meal prepping again. And ever since I started eating a lot cleaner, I feel better, right? And then there's fasting. Fasting, so far, a lot of the research is definitely leaning in the direction of you're going to slow down, stop, even in some cases reverse cancer. You stop eating sugar, you're going to reverse that. You start eating a Mediterranean diet for a little while, you're going to reverse a lot of intestinal issues you might have. You have inflammation throughout the body, Mediterranean diet is another way to get about it, or anti-inflammatory diets. There are a lot of diets out there and a lot of ways you can eat and workouts you can do that can minimize you developing Mr. C. Now, if you took the arm ticket for Mr. 19, if you took the arm ticket for Mr. 19, that's a different ballgame. Now you're talking about DNA interference. So, take that as you may. But yeah, you look sleepy. I am. I don't know. I'm tired. I was fine all day, and then like as soon as I hit, play or live stream, I just got tired. Like I could fall asleep right now. It was a shitty night's sleep. It's been a shitty night's sleep for a few months now. Some nights are great night's sleep, which is like very few, and other nights are shitty. And then my good night's sleep is on the nights that I completely crash. So it is what it is. Oh. All right, sorry. So other than that, vitamin D is your friend. I've been taking that, trying to get sunlight, but it's hard. Trying to get out of that house, just a pain in the ass. Yeah, like last night, man, I got to sleep early. I got to sleep at 11 o'clock. Was in bed. I was like, yes. I lay down. I went to sleep. 4 o'clock, I was up. I was like, what the fuck, man? And I couldn't go back to sleep. So then I wind up doom scrolling. I went back to sleep. Woke up. It was noon. So it's it's one of those things that I'm going to adjust to over time. That's just what it comes down. I don't have anything. I don't have anything to do. So anyway, we're also going to talk about, guys, the possibility of a terror attack next year. Oh, sorry, next week. Excuse me, next week. John Grove. They've been lame, but you've still been watching. So, yeah. Listen, it doesn't matter whether you get told you don't like it. I don't care. You're still watching, like an idiot. So yeah. Anyway, with that, sun is fake vitamin D. Sun is about as real vitamin D as you're gonna get. Who the hell wrote that? That was the dumbest thing I've ever seen. One of the dumbest things I've ever seen. The sun's gonna get you real vitamin D, not the shit that we take. The shit that we take is great. Wake up when your cortisol levels are high. You wake up. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. I got this stuff cortisol to drop, but I haven't taken that in a while. So maybe I got to get back into that. And then listening to mood music. Who knows? But anyway, guys, we're going to we're going to talk about the possibility of a terror attack next week. Now, the possibility of a terror attack next week, I don't know how high it is. Again, this is information I watched from Pinball Preparedness. I heard somebody else talk about it a month ago. I am not sure what channel. I want to say Bear, but I am not sure. And my assessment or my take on the threat next week is it's not going to happen. I don't think it is. Every year this time, we get threats. And Colt, you could fast anywhere over 16 hours. I would say 14 hours once a week, 72 hours or more once a month. And then go for the full, like, 4 to 5 days, twice a year, right? Anyway. But again, I don't know how where that came from. But when I heard him say that, I remember somebody spoke about it last month, November, and they were stating that something was going to happen during the holiday seasons. I'm like, great. Ozark said that was Bear. All right, thank you. I just did a video on it. I couldn't remember, and I was like, was it Bear? But Bear said that could happen um, during the holiday season, starting from Thanksgiving all the way to New Year's. With that being said, guys, I don't think. Yeah, Brian, we're going to start doing yoga on the fitness channel. I don't think that it's going to happen. Every year for the past, I don't know how long now, 5 to 10 years, we've been hearing about the possibility of a terror attack during the holiday seasons. Every year, right? And then you had that incident that happened. Was it last year or 2 years ago? The guy that drove his car in Louisiana through that alleyway, not alleyway, but that street, and killed all those people. And there was that one video where the girl like just stepped out of the street as a car came zooming down the block, and it just missed her. Yeah, so we had that, and then there was a car, a what you call it, car that exploded. Not what the fuck was it? That stupid Elon Musk car. I'm drawing a blank right now. Tesla, the Tesla truck, right? That thing, exploded in front of a Las Vegas hotel. Like again, I'm not buying any of this shit. I really not. So it was January 1st. Thank you. Let's go. I'm not buying. Yes, Wayne the Pain, exactly. Every year it's been, it's a 9/11 style attack, and this is going to happen. I mean, listen, guys, the warnings are good. The heads up are good, right? But to sit there and alter your life because, no, thank you. You know, I'm not changing anything about the way I do things because something might happen. There's been a lot of might happenings for the last few years. I'm not buying it. And of course, they're probably going to try to blame the Muslims. And listen, I'm not a fan of the whole Muslim thing, but I'm not a fan of the whole Muslim thing, but they're going to blame them. And right now, the Sand people, they have a different way of attacking us. And we're not paying attention. Americans are not paying attention. They're taking over cities across the nation. They are voting in Muslim mayors, and these Muslim mayors are changing laws within the city or creating new ones so that they can operate as normal. They're trying to bring their bullshit from their other country here. Somalians are doing it. Somalians are destroying cities across America, but no one's talking about that. The Sand people, Arabians, they're changing laws and making things worse for other people. Look at Dearborn. Dearborns are like a classic classic case in point of why we shouldn't allow this. Nonetheless, it's happening. Um, Occurs. I promise you, no yoga pants. But it's getting bad in that regard. And the reason why I don't think they are going to attack in that manner of setting up devices all over the city or jumping out of vans. I mean, listen, they might not, but I don't think they are because they have a different tactic right now that's working. They're actually taking over cities. I mean, Texas had an issue. I don't know how bad that's gotten. I didn't even look into it, to be honest with you. Apparently, Vision Preparedness is dealing with it in Columbus, Ohio. So again, guys, they're taking over. And my firehouse, by my firehouse, in the South Bronx, the area over there. When I retired and then I came back, the amount of um, Sand people that were there was insane. Every building, every time an elevator opened, flooded with what you call it, was flooded with you know these people coming out of the elevators. I was like, yo, what the fuck, man? Seriously? Um, it's insane. And so they're taking over neighborhoods, and everybody thinks that it's okay. They think that it's normal. It's it's not, and it's a different tactic. So I don't see them unless it's a radical group. Yeah, I don't see it, man. Carl Lynn, is that your name, Carl Lynn? I know what it is. I know what Islam is. I don't know if you're telling everybody else. I know what it is. People seem to think that it's okay. People seem to think that, listen, they're brainwashing people in the UK, or rather in Europe, the entire Europe. They're brainwashing people into believing that their cause or their religion is the right one to follow. We're talking about white ass white people. Like these cracker ass, cracker white, burn in the sun white people are sitting there believing that Islam is the way to go and that Christianity is bad. They are convincing people like you wouldn't believe. And people like, oh, you're overdoing it. Just look on X or Instagram. You're going to see a lot of people who are, their faith is switching over to Islam now. They are attacking us from a different angle. Meanwhile, we're looking for the van full of sand people to jump out and start laying shit to waste. It's not that. They got a different tactic. Their tactic is going to go a lot further, a lot longer. Yes, look at the UK. Dude, in the fucking toilet. In the toilet. Spots in Europe like France and what is it, Italy? France and Italy falling apart, being destroyed because of them. And yet we're sitting here thinking that they're going to start, Allahu Akbar, and boom. No, they're doing it in a different way. We're sitting here thinking the shit's a joke. We're not taking this shit seriously at all. So people are like, what are we supposed to do about it? Kick them out of your neighborhoods. There's a million and one ways you can do it. You got these guys purposely praying in the middle of highways. There was a video of one guy who stepped in traffic, to start praying. And the crazy shit is no one grabbed him by the collar and threw him into the side. They let him pray. They were going around him. I'm like, yo, he would have got a beating like you wouldn't believe. You're going to step in front of cars and create a fucking problem because you're trying to show people that you're taking over. So let me show people that I'm taking over by praying in the street. No, thank you. That shit is fucking no good. And it's coming here. It's already here. It's just going to be how lackadaisical are we going to be to let it become a fucking problem? Because it's already a problem. They are in Europe as we speak, groping, maiming, and getting at women and kids like you wouldn't believe. Meanwhile, we're sitting over here worried about Candace Owens and the conservative men, which, by the way, the conservative party of men that are on YouTube, what is that? Graham Allen, Steve Crowder, what's that little sniveling rat? Nick Fuentes, the other sniveling rat, the Jewish one, Tiny Hat. Ben Shapiro, the other one I want to kick in the face. Tim Pool, those guys, don't get me started. Those beta males trying to be tough guys on YouTube is insane. That's a different discussion for a different day. But we're worried about that nonsense when we should be worried about this. And whatever happens next, it's not going to affect them, right? If a bunch of quote unquote, Muslims attack the United States and go, and do the whole Mumbai style attack, they're not going to restrict them. They're going to restrict more of our freedoms. Broke Stacker, thank you for the donation, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, listen, I'm not down with getting with Russia either. I think that the United States should get back to the way it was, back to our original culture, minus the racism and hanging Negroes from trees. But we should definitely get back to the way it was. We shouldn't be teaming up with Russia. We shouldn't be teaming up with other countries, and we should not be following suit of other countries like China. Now, the elites, guys, the whole Putin thing, I think that's a ruse. I think Putin's sitting there saying, I'm going to let I'm not going to allow the elites to. He's just trying to reallocate power to himself. That's all he's doing. Trailman said, exclude Tim Pool from the list. Why would I exclude Tim Pool from the list? That guy's a cranking bitch. I follow him every now and I watch him every now and again because he's got some good shit. But, he's interesting shit. But he's a sniveling rat, too. The guy's like fucking 5'5", thinks he's a tough guy. Fuck that dude. Nick Fuentes and Ben Shapiro. These guys are drones. They all, including Tim Pool, bought into the FBI narrative of what happened at Charlie Kirk. Seriously, they can scratch my dick from the backside because that's fucking bullshit. And all of these guys are now going after Candace Owens because, Trilna, he's not a Jew. I know he's not a Jew. I'm just saying he's part of the sniveling rat club. That's what I meant. Sorry. But yeah, none of these guys are what you call it. Listen, all of those guys just stated that Candace Owens is an asshole. She's trying to destroy this. She's trying to destroy that. Full of hope. Thank you for the donation. And meanwhile, these guys are like, well, the FBI said that that's what happened. I'm like, wait, what? Come on, man. Fuck these dudes. And everybody wants to follow them for what? These people will never put their money where their mouth is. That's number one. They will not sit there and help anyone. They'll never put their shit on the line. Maybe none of these guys, I don't think, were military. None of the guys I mentioned. And none of them have any fucking balls. They sit here in a chair and they talk to the camera like I'm doing now. The difference is I've been there and done that. There are other military guys. There's a guy, something Valhalla, VFT. I just heard about him the other day. Guys like him, they go down range and they get it done. They've got it done. They put their shit on the line. People that I've known, like Bear and them, they go out into the Midwest and help people rebuild their homes and make sure that they're squared away. These fucking pussies don't do that. Yet they sit here and have the balls to act like they're the shit. Ben Shapiro, that sniveling little rat. Anybody like Ben Shapiro who talks that fast should be throat kicked. Period. Nick Fuentes talks too fast, looks like a lying rat, punched in the neck. These are people, guys, that are just fucking mouthpieces. And then once the FBI or Israel tells them what to say, they say it. They sat there and they actually believe. Meanwhile, that guy, again, I don't know if it's VFT, Valhalla, or VTF, whatever his name is. Even him, he goes, listen, he was talking about Charlie Kirk's assassination. He goes, there are experts that looked at the Charlie Kirk assassination and said, that is not how, that the narrative that the FBI is pushing is not how Charlie Kirk passed away, nor is it what they're saying about Tyler Robinson. They're experts. They're military guys. There are a couple of black op guys that on camera said there's no way he would have made that shot. There's no way he would have broke down that rifle this fast. All of this shit, guys, is these sniveling rats trying to sit there and talk tough. Fuck those dudes. All of them. They're never going to do half the shit that any of us did. And I'm not putting myself in the military range at all. I'm just saying I think I did a lot more than them. And these guys are acting like tough guys. And then one guy is motherfuckering Candace Owens. First of all, Candace Owens is a chick. So if she wants to fucking, not show up somewhere or back out, it is what it is. A lot of people have a very punchable face. Those guys have a very punchable face. Like Steve Crowder. Steve Crowder's another guy. I don't know what's going on with him, but it seems like he's now back in good graces with Ben Shapiro. He had a whole falling out with Ben Shapiro. Candace Owens comes out and starts talking about why isn't TPS USA asking these questions. Now he's back in good graces with Ben Shapiro. Tim Pool had a falling out with Ben Shapiro. No kidding. Now he's back in good graces, or seemingly back in good graces, with Ben Shapiro. Nick Fuentes had it out with Ben Shapiro. Look at who's the center of this, by the way. A tiny hat, not the point. And now he's back in good graces. So again, guys, these guys fuck him in the ass with a fucking spiked dildo. These guys are the worst. They're the worst. These guys will never, ever have done anything important in their lives other than sitting there and talking to a screen. I will, after this, do other things other than talk to you guys. I might be going down south somewhere to some fucking, devastated area. I might be going to work. I might die to fuck them all. But I'm still getting shit done that needs to be done and not just yelling into a mic and screaming at people because I want my $7,000. Fuck that. And quite frankly, $7,000 isn't enough. Just kidding. I wouldn't do that at all. Not even a little bit. And yeah, listen, restore justice. All of that stuff. Yeah, all of that stuff about Charlie and the things he said, and now they're trying to discredit what she said. And all of them, guys, they're all following the same cue card, if you will. They're all following the same cue card. No, Patty S. went to a fire the other day. It was disappointing. It was a letdown, actually. It's a letdown of a fire. But that's a different story. But they're all reading from the same cue card. They're all saying the same exact shit. AZ Desert, listen, because that's their job. Their job is to sit down and do videos. So 3 hours a day is a lot, number one, but that's it. Listen, I can't just do that. I can't sit here and talk to you guys for 3 hours a day. I'd go hang myself if I had to do some shit like that. On the road, I'll do one, absolutely. You know, in the middle of some bullshit, I'll do it, but not sitting in a fucking, on a mic all day. Like, what's his name? Tim Pool said his house was shot and he was crying about it. I'm like, dude, stop. Welcome to New York City. Shit happens on a daily basis, man. Ain't worried about it. And listen, not for nothing. The whole Candace Owens and following these people, guys, to following these people to a degree where you are protecting them and you're standing up for them, there's something wrong with that. I like Candace Owens, and I'll stand up for her for a little bit because some of the things she's saying is right, and I'll stand up for her in the context of what she's saying is right. I'm not gonna put anything on the line for any of these people. I'm like, well, and I never met any of these people. These people seemingly are okay on here, but I never met them. Some of you guys all the time, you're like, oh, I like such and such, I like this. Who gives a fuck? They're a talking head that you're never going to meet. They're a talking head that's never going to do anything to change your life or even help you change your life. None of these people give a shit. The only person that might have gave a shit was Charlie Kirk, and he talked to people on a human level and tried to change people's lives by injecting the Bible, probably, right? But these people are not doing any of that shit. They're never going to do anything. They're going to sit there and talk 3 hours a day, get paid, tell people Candace Owens is an asshole. Israel had nothing to do with it. They're like, oh, the FBI's narrative? I believe that. They're all saying they believe it. The conservative twins don't believe it. I was just watching them, by the way. They were like, yo. The conservative twins were just like, yeah, we don't believe any of this narrative that they're telling us. But all of these guys believe it. It's a problem. Beef and chicken. Yes, I listen. The one thing I like about my subscribers, my group of you guys, is that you guys are always teaching me something or breaking my balls when I say something wrong. I like that kind of shit. I'm never gonna sit here on my throne and be like, I know everything. You're not. I'm not doing that shit. These guys do that. You know, if they get something wrong, somebody corrects them, they get all defensive about it. It is what it is, man. And yeah, Pam Singh. Sorry. Yeah, that's the whole point. Like, listen, man. Lost. I'm gonna do the worst movie. Yeah, like a review. I'm gonna do that Sunday. It should be off Sunday to do that. That'll be my first video. I'm actually doing another video. That's why I had this bullshit up. This gay ass backdrop. I gotta figure something out. This is bad. This is some shit. Like, if I had a touch of tardism, that I can get away with this. I can't get away with this as a grown 48-year-old man. This looks like a 5-year-old child was doing a live stream. But this is the best I can do trying to switch up my backdrop. But this is fucking ridiculous. This is stupid. I'm looking at it on camera. I'm like, my God, if I just saw this, I would have thought, yeah, the guy's retarded and gay. Because it looks stupid. I mean, like, you get it. It's for the cinema channel. Still stupid, you know? Anyway, but that's the best I can do right now until I can figure out how to rearrange this room, because that's what I need to do. Rearrange it out. But anyway, guys, so 2030 is around the corner, right? 2030 is right around the corner, and there's going to be a lot happening between now and 2030. And they're speeding everything up, and they're getting the Angry Retard channel. You could do that, right? Yeah, this backdrop looks like I got it out of a Cracker Jack box, right? It looks really bad. Like, think about it. You know, you're like, what is a 48-year-old man doing? Oh no, he's touched. He's retarded. That's why he has that up. You know, Gene says I like that backdrop for the cinema channel. I mean, yeah, I guess for the cinema channel, but it still looks ridiculous. I got to do better. I got to put like DVDs or a movie poster behind me or something. I don't know, man, but this is just ridiculously stupid. I'll figure it out eventually. But anyway, so guys, 2030 is around the corner, and they're going to start speeding things up. And remember, I said that it's going to move like at a slow, fast pace. I don't know how to explain it, but there's going to be like a couple weeks in between where we're going to have like a reprieve, and then things are going to get really fucking out of hand. Jason, you need to sand your wall, trim down, and paint it. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to paint it, Kathy. I just don't know what. I don't know how I want it designed, though, because things are weird in here. Like the outlets on this side of the wall, I think I have one over here, so maybe I could. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do, and then have one side over here for filming, because this is my where I film my videos. I just stand in front, press record, and done. I don't have to set anything up. So maybe I should have two spots set up. I don't know. Maybe a spot over here and a spot over there. Whatever. So getting back to it, staying focused. Getting back to it, guys. 2030 is around the corner, and they're going to speed things up. And a lot of the stuff we're going to start seeing, and I don't know how much pushback there's going to be. That's the problem that we're going to start seeing. There might be a lot of pushback here in the United States. At least I think there is, but they're going to present a problem, and then they're going to give us a solution. And um, the solution is going to look like more digital ID nonsense. There are going to be different variations of it. We are not going to follow exactly what they're doing in Europe. They're going to give us different avenues. We're going to see something, but Johnny 308, don't listen to these women that have you fucking redirecting them. Yeah, you're right. You're redecorating the whole place. You're probably right. I just need to be YouTube friendly in here. That's all. But anyway, guys. So while we are heading down that road, what we're going to like, what we're going to see, we're not going to like, and we're just going to see a lot more stuff. Listen. We might see more false flag events, guys. Whether that looks like a natural disaster or an actual terror attack of some kind, we're definitely going to see stuff that they're going to cause. Whoever that could be, they're going to cause it, and then they're going to turn around and go, "Well, this is your solution. You didn't want this terror attack to happen. Maybe if you give us more access to your phone so that we can make sure you're not the bad guy. Because, by the way, if you're not hiding anything, you should be able to show us that kind of bullshit." I can't stand that. If you don't have anything to hide shit, I can't stand that. That is some shit, guys, that they tell you to get you roped into their nonsense. I prefer not YouTube friendly. Well, Tristan, I didn't mean like YouTube gay. I said YouTube friendly. Like, the guys, they put the glowing lights in the background, and they're like, it's like, it looks like a fucking disco club or some shit. Mm-mm, not at all. But something not like this brown puke color bullshit that my brother said, oh, this is a cool color to paint the room. And I'd ask him, like, what were you thinking? He goes, I don't know. I was like, he took the worst color he could fucking find and said, let me paint this shit brown. And here I am, in shit brown room. Anyway, so yeah, guys, things are probably going to get a lot more interesting. I just wonder how far they're going to go. Are things going to start letting go and, all over the place? I don't know. I can see that happening. I wouldn't be surprised. Are we going to start seeing more gunmen pop up and lay waste to crowds of people? Probably. I don't know. I don't know. Free paint is free, and that's the other thing. I forgot who was. Somebody just said it. Glauro, if I said that right. Yeah, he goes, massive manipulation. Listen, they're going to manipulate the hell out of a lot of people, guys. They're going to manipulate so many people. And listen, they're manipulating people now. People are easily manipulated. And I hate the fact that just because your certain favorite YouTuber said some shit, don't make it fucking real or true. Again, the attack on Candace Owens by these clowns, if you will, it's insane. And I picked up on their nonsense yesterday when Crowder, Tim Pool, Nick Fuentes said the same exact shit across the board. When they were like, oh, if she was scared about her safety, why did she go to Dollyland, or whatever the hell that place is? And why did she go to Tucker Carlson's party? And they all said it the same exact way or in the same roundabout way. And I'm like, it's just like COVID. When the newscasters were repeating the same exact shit, they're in on it. So, of course, though, people like myself are going to look at that and identify it, but their fan base isn't, because their fan base is, low on the spectrum there. So, or higher in the spectrum, however you look at it. Oh, is that what's going on? The color wars? Yeah, it's baby poop brown. I'll tell you one thing. It's shit. Why are they so? Yeah, people are focused on the room because the color's horrible. That's why. I got missed colors. I got a red thing right over my shoulder. My AIDS chair, is clashing with the brown. You got the retard backdrop here, clashing with everything else in here. This bluish color and gray cap. So yeah, it's the worst color, right now that anybody's looking at. People are looking at my channel, go, oh, brown, gray, that doesn't go, and then they're leaving the channel. Or my rants, you choose. But anyway, this is things are going to get a lot more interesting a lot faster. So I'm hoping that these false flags are. First of all, I'm hoping they don't happen. But if they do happen, I think there's going to be a lot of them on top of each other. A lot of them are going to happen in smaller places. I think we might have one good. I don't mean good, but big false flag attack in some big city. We're probably going to see some shit in little cities. I don't know. Am I worried about any of this shit? No, absolutely not. If it happens, it happens. I don't give a shit. At this point, I don't care. There are a lot of other things I need to do. I need a stylist. What am I, gay now? You need to know how to dress for your live streams that fucking 8 people watch. No, I don't. Doesn't matter how many people I have watching this shit. I don't need a stylist. I'm telling you one thing, though. Psychologically, that's why a lot of other channels are doing it. Look at Officer Tatum. Officer Tap Dancing Tatum, if you will. Look at him. You see him now sitting in a chair, leaning back, trying to look like Sean Ryan now, with his little clipboard on his lap, crossing his legs. I can't, without hurting my hips, I can't cross my legs. And he's like crossing his leg, he's leaning back, and he's doing the same. He's sitting the same exact way as Sean Ryan. He's sitting there like this. I'm like, what is he doing? He's copying off this dude now. So even he's changing his format and the way he's dressing. Nick Fuentes did a 180 inside of a week. I was like, wait, what? All of a sudden he's dressed up night. Like he always wore a suit, to be fair, but his demeanor changed inside of a week. I'm not doing all this shit. Listen, I do want to fix up the room. I don't like it. Like, I don't like looking at half inside of the closet with this peeled bullshit and this 1976 camera bag behind me. I want something a little more nicer to look at. I like to color your wall, paint your woodwork white. I don't have any woodwork in here. Where do you see woodwork? This is not wood. This is metal. This is all metal. It's not woodwork. I don't have any wood in this apartment. This is all concrete. It's a concrete apartment. This is why a fire in an apartment like this is brutal, right? So if I had more stuff to burn, which I don't, but if I had more stuff to burn, the contents in the room, get a room like this going, this room, no shit, turns into an oven. Or an apartment like this, because it's all concrete, ceiling and walls and floor. There's nowhere for the heat to go but out the window. And these windows are really, really good. So if these windows don't fail, which a lot of the times they don't, if they don't fail, this turns into an oven. This gets hot, right? A house fire, windows fail. You have fire breaching out of different spots that burn its way through fairly quickly because it's wood. Here, no thank you. This turns into an oven. This gets really hot in here. You ever gone to a fire where, well, most of you guys haven't, but you ever go to a fire in a what you call it, a fireproof, which this is, because the one good thing about this, it doesn't allow fire to spread. So if the fire gets really hot in here, it's not going to spread anywhere. It's not like a home, like a house, right? A house is going to spread. It stays in here, but it gets hot and it heats up the rest of the apartment. So there is that. Nutmeg. Yeah, the whole nuclear warhead that was being tracked last year. Who knows? Will fire spread to other apartments or stay put? It'll stay put because of the concrete. It's not going to go anywhere unless it auto exposes out of the window. If the window fails and it auto exposes, and then it's pushing out of the window. It can lap up if upstairs windows open and they got drapes and shit in front of their window. It can lap up and go into their apartment and start a fire in there. Right, so so yeah, that's how that works. That's called auto exposing, right? Auto exposure, auto exposing. Yeah, definitely works. But anyway, so yeah, guys, we could see some more interesting shit next year. We got to wait and see. Unfortunately, man, we got to wait and see where this is going to go. I think this is going to get a lot more interesting. I don't know about any of the intel that these guys are getting. I don't know if any of that is true or not. I hope it's not. Again, what Pinball was talking about earlier, like I said, I don't necessarily agree with that because we've been getting those warnings for the last few years and nothing's happened. And like I said, if it is sand people or they try to blame it on sand people, I tell you right now, it's less likely to be them. Not that it won't be less likely to be them. They have a different tactic and they're winning, right? Lord Dog, Backdraft was a good movie, very good movie. Um, think of a pizza oven, an old school pizza oven made of brick. Heat stays in the pizza oven, just like this. This is what this turns into, a pizza oven. We are human pizzas, except for we scream when we burn, right? Anyway, um, yeah, Backdraft was a good movie. And people fail to realize, firefighters fail to realize, Backdraft was a thank you or a love letter to firefighters from Howard. Oh my God, what the hell's his name? Ron Howard, excuse me. Ron Howard thought probably thought the world of firefighters. Why he did that movie. That's why Axe or what's his name's character was in fires with his jacket open, no mask on, because that's how he looked at firefighters. He looked at firefighters as heroes, right? They need to redo Towering Inferno. I mean, like really do it. Another friend, thank you for the 10-minute warning. Appreciate it. Um, does it get hot in the suits? Yes, it does. Do they melt? They burn. Yes, they do. Um, they absolutely do. But yeah, like I said, a lot of firefighters hated Backdraft. They were like, "Oh, this is bullshit." I'm like, "Oh God, here we go." It's a thank you to firefighters, man. That's why he did that, right? Kurt Russell's character was like the how he looked at firefighters, like that guy, open jacket, no mask on. I mean, but they didn't. Once I explained that to a couple of old school guys, they were like, "Oh." Then they clicked on them. They were like, so then they started liking the movie. A couple guys liked the movie again because they were like, oh, that makes sense now. That's how he looked at us. To him, firefighters are superheroes, and that's what Axe's character or Kurt Russell's character was to him, was the hero of what a firefighter is. All right. So anyway, um, broken darkly, please stop spamming. Broken Dolly, thank you for that. Appreciate it. But all right. Yeah, so anyway, guys, just again, like anything else, keep your head on a swivel. Uh TK, yes, there are a lot of skinnies here in New York City. Absolutely. Yeah, and they're just yeah, they're here. Ladder 49 was pretty good. Ladder 49 was a really good firefighter story. Like a firefighter starting from Proby to being a chief's aide. That was a good movie. Ladder 49 wasn't bad. Um, Thank you, Carly. But anyway, guys, just keep your head on a swivel. Whatever happens next, keep your head on a swivel. Um, Dates could be getting interesting. That's all I'm going to say. I don't know when. A lot of the dates that a lot of people are getting intel, like the specific dates. No one knows those dates. Nobody. There is no specific date. A lot of these guys get it wrong with the dates. Just know that it could happen, right? Obviously, if I find out the dates or the time, I'll give you guys a roundabout of when it's going to happen. But nobody knows. Generally, they get an idea. Oh, it happened next week. It happened next month. Who knows? It doesn't matter when it's going to happen, when it's not going to happen. Just be ready. No, you just need to be ready for whatever happens next. All this other, all this other shit. Like, guys are like, oh, my people are telling me. Your people ain't telling you shit. If your people are telling you, they're telling you the wrong things. Because just stay, listen, something could happen. That's it. You know, in the city, if we get a heads up, I give you guys a heads up, and I give you the heads up like the city gives me a heads up. I'm not going to be like, well, my inside sources said no. The NYPD told us this might happen this week. That's all I'm going to say. You know, I won't say my sources. I mean, granted, if somebody in the military gives me a heads up, I'll be like, yeah, somebody in the military gave me a heads up. I'm not going to state name and shit. I'm not going to sell them out completely. But yeah, man, it's whatever happens next, guys, we'll be okay. We'll be fine. It'll be good to go. But anyway, guys, tonight we're going to talk about on the Angry Truth channel. We're going to talk about human trafficking and why it will never end. I'm going to do a video on that as well. Probably release it later in the week. But yeah, man, I have. This will be a short video because I have to finish cooking and also editing. I got to cook, edit, and then I have to go to fucking bed. And hopefully I'm not staring at the fucking ceilings tonight again. But anyway, we're going to talk about human trafficking while it'll never end. It dawned on me why it's never going to end and why people are not being deterred from it. That's the bigger problem. Not so much that it's going to end, because, yeah, listen, guys, crime is not going to end. We're not going to stop the drug game. That's never going to stop. We're not going to stop sex trafficking. That's never going to stop. It makes money. Plus, there are other things I'm going to talk about later tonight on why it will not end. It is just something that, listen, if we all took part in looking for these kids, I think we could find them, especially here in the United States. I can't speak about abroad. The Watchmen, absolutely not. I don't even like that stupid fucking show. Listen, that's fuck Chicago Fire, stupid. That is the stupidest show on the planet. I'm sorry. I don't want. It's dumb. The dumb show. That other one on Channel 7, Ladder, was it Ladder 19 or Ladder 39, whatever it is, that's a dumb show. All of those shows are stupid. The stupid fake fire in the background, and they're scurrying around on all fours. Sometimes, suffice it to say, you can walk into the apartment until you start feeling the heat, and then you gradually go down. Right out of the beginning, every fire is meeting them at the door. No, that is not the case. Sometimes, a lot of the times, you got to go looking for it. The smoke meets you at the door before the fire. It's just a bad show. And then some of the ball breaking in the show. You had that one fat Spanish dude that was like, they're making fun of me, and I'm a lieutenant. I'm like, you fucking sack of shit. Go put your tampon on. Get the fuck out of here. It's a dumb show. Dumb show. All of them are dumb. Fucking stupid. He was like, they keep making jokes of me and my Spanish. No, they're not. You're fat and you're crying, and that's why they're making fun of you, man. It's horrible. And then the women, like in the show, they're sitting there like trying to. No, you're not. You're not carrying a dude out, lady. Get the fuck out of here. That fucking dude weighs twice your weight. You ain't carrying him out. You might be able to drag him out. It's stupid. It's a stupid show. They're all stupid. Fuck them. Then they got like a gay guy in there. He's like, "Don't you know I'm gay?" And it's in the middle of a fire, and the shit's blowing over their heads. And that's when he makes his declaration. He's gay. Stupid, stupid show. And then the Texas one I heard was even worse. I didn't even look at that one. It's worse. It's a dumb show. They're all dumb. Again, and like the ball breaking, that is firefighting. That's it. It's firefighting. Ball breaking goes with being a fireman. It doesn't change ever. The culture will never change. You had some liberal kids coming on the job. They're like, they're breaking my balls, daddy. And their daddy's like a big wig chief. And then the chief be like, I don't want them making fun of my son. You better tell your gay ass son to pack his bags and go to fuck somewhere else. Join NYPD or some shit like that. Fucking it's bad. It's bad. Some of the guys, some of the kids that are getting on, their dads are chiefs and shit, and their fucking fathers are being pussies about it. Fuck these people. Fuck, we're getting like an army of homos on the fucking job right now. Some of these kids just don't. I don't want my balls being broken. Fire is gonna break your balls. And fire is gonna burn you at the same time. You better be fucking mentally tough and physically tough for the job. Because though we don't go to fucking fires every day, when you go, you have to show up in every way, shape, and form. That is not the time you go, oh, tired. I feel mentally drained. Who the fuck cares? No one wants to hear that shit. Yeah, well, I say join NYPD because NYPD's taking everything now. They're taking it all. Crackheads, whores. I shit you not, they are. You think I'm joking? They're taking everything. Fucking drug addicts, thieves, hookers and whores, transgenders. All of it's on the job now. They don't give a fuck. They got Muslim dudes growing beards out their hair. They don't care. Their job's falling apart. They used to stand for something. They stand for nothing now. Anyway, before I get canceled, again, yeah, uh, that's the one job, man, where you need to fucking show your toughness. And firefighting is it. It's that or going down range in a fucking combat platoon. Then you got to show up when the shit happens. You can't freeze. You can't run away. I mean, I'm pretty sure you could run, but yeah, we don't have the option of running. Not when we're fucking 2 lengths in an apartment and the shit's fucking on. We don't have the option to run. We could back out slowly. We definitely don't have that option to fucking skedaddle like these guys do. But anyway, um, yeah, listen, everything's falling apart. Everybody's hiring fucking all the weakest kids they can find. They're like, oh, you look like you're 98 pounds. You can join the fire department. Oh, you look like you skip when you walk. You can join the police department. It's fucking all falling apart, man. I need more than a Christmas vacation. I need to retire again. That's what I need to do. Yes, guys, heading over to the Angry Truth channel right now. I will see a lot of you guys over there. I do appreciate your ball breaking of my room color. Thank you a lot. And I will see you guys Thursday night for the doubleheader. Not Saturday. Maybe Friday if some interesting shit happens. But definitely Thursday night for the doubleheader. Maybe Saturday. I don't fucking know. Other than that, guys, thank you for joining me. I appreciate it as always. See some of you guys on the Angry Truth channel. See some of you guys tomorrow morning for the Wednesday midweek report. Thank you.